Welcome back to Mike's Man Cave and welcome back to another how-to video. In today's video I'm going to show you how to test a suspect starter motor. So you might have a car that's having issues starting and it's diagnosed to have a faulty starter motor, but to test your starter motor properly you need to take it out of the car. That way you're eliminating the car and taking all the electricals and your car battery and all the things that might be affecting your car not starting out of the equation. So now you've just got the starter motor, and then you can test the starter motor, and then you can identify that starter motor as either being the problem or not being the problem. So if you take the starter motor out, you test it, which you can do yourself, and it works fine, then the starter motor is not the problem. The problem is somewhere else in the car. So in this video I'm going to show you how to test the starter motor out of the car. So here's the starter motor. This one is out of a Mitsubishi Express van and they're basically all the same. This is your starter drive that actually turns to start your car, and for this to test positive, what this should be doing is this should pop out to there and spin. If it does that, chances are it's going to be perfectly fine. So it could be the starter motor that's faulty, or it could be the starter solenoid, which is this part here, that's faulty. There should be a connection going from the starter motor to the solenoid, which is that one. Then this is the connection that connects to your car that you've taken off when you've taken the starter motor out of the car. So let's see how we test this out of the car. So the first thing you do is you connect your jumper leads to the starter motor, not the battery. Because if you connect it to the battery first, the terminals at the end here will be live, and if you touch these together, it's not a good thing. You'll get sparks and all sorts of stuff going everywhere. So here are the connections that you need to make. You connect to the body of the starter motor. We'll do that down the bottom here, just like that. You could connect it to there, it doesn't really matter. Now, here's the three terminals that we're dealing with on the solenoid that control the starter motor. That is the trigger wire that makes it all work. So what happens when you turn your key in your car, power goes to that wire and it starts your car. Well, that's what's supposed to happen anyway. And this terminal here is where your battery is connected to when this is installed in the car. So this is the terminal we need to connect our power to. So we'll do that just like that. Now you need to make sure that the positive clamp here is not connected to any other part of the starter motor. Not to this, not to that, or not to any part of the body. So it's got to be quite secure in that sort of position there. So what you do now, you get the other end of your jumper lead and you connect the negative lead, the black one, to the negative terminal, and you connect the positive one to the positive terminal. So once that's all connected, you've got to be careful because everything is live now. Now this is how you trigger the starter motor. You connect this part here to that part there. So we can do that just like that. There will be some sparks. Watch it again. Now I'll show you what happens on this end when you do that. So what I've done, I've set the DJI Osmo action camera up so you can keep an eye on that, so you can see what's happening here at the same time. So let's go again. So that's working perfectly, because how it works is that's your starting gear. When you hit the starter, this pops forward, engages the flywheel on the back of the engine and starts spinning, which turns over the motor and gets your motor started. Then once the engine is running and you release the key, it goes back in its rest position. So this one's working perfectly. There's no issues with this at all. This can go straight back in the car. Now we got to do it the opposite way. We disconnect these ones here first, and that stops any power now going to the starter motor. And now that your battery is disconnected, you can take these jumper leads off and you've got one starter motor that is ready to go back in the car. So there you go, you've learned something new today. You've learned how to test your starter motor out of the car. Now, if you have gotten any value out of this video, and you may have saved yourself a couple of $100 by not having to replace your starter motor or not having to pay someone to do this for you, then you click that thanks button below this video and you can donate me a couple of dollars to help me keep making these videos. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can still help me out by leaving a comment down below, giving me a big thumbs up and smashing that subscribe button for more videos from Mike's Man Cave. Thanks for watching and bye for now.